Alright, that's it, my friends. Rayquaza Rising, the arc of Pokemon, is officially over, and I have mixed feelings at the end. Now, don't get me wrong. I am extremely excited for the next arc, which is Mega Voltage. Mega Voltage? Mega Voltage. And I'm extremely excited for it. You know, we are time skipping 1 year. 𝐒𝐿𝐴, Roy, Dot all age up, 1 year. So instead of being like, I think they were 12 before, 11, 12. Now they're like 13. Basically, they're entering their teenage years, which I think is really cool. They showed off Roy with his, it's going to end up being Mega, but his shiny Lucario, which I think is awesome. Pikachu has been going along. Pikachu has been going along with Roy, which I think is really, really cool. And 𝐒𝐿𝐴 has gone back to school. So she entered back into school, back into the academy once again. She came from the academy in Kanto, not the Paldean region. So she's back there once again, taking classes. And they showed, the Pokeball at the end for her as well. Just kind of saying like, hey, Terapagos, he's out of commission, or he or she, whatever. But Terapagos is out of commission, taking a siesta. Now, I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see what comes next. I think this is going to bleed into the next video game, which is Pokemon Legends ZA, which takes place in Lumio City. And it's all centered around and focused around Mega Pokemon, which I think is really cool. So I'm definitely really excited about it. And if we get more adventure, we're probably going to end up seeing 𝐒𝐿𝐴 and Roy and Dot take back to the 𝐒𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐭, and they're probably going to end up going into the Kalos region, where I guess they'll end up trying to find Friede. So don't get me wrong, I'm really excited about it. Now, what I am not really excited about is just the ending overall. So it brought up more questions and more head scratchers. It kind of seems like a forced ending just to have a reason to pivot into the next immediate arc. Like, I feel like it wasn't fully fleshed out. So here's some of the things that I want to talk about. So first off, let's get the elephant in the room out of the way. Let's talk about Friede. So essentially, he's holding on to the brave 𝐒𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐭, and 𝐒𝐿𝐴, Roy, and Dot, children who are very light, probably 100 pounds or under, could hold on to the railing no problem. But a full-grown adult and a big-ass Charizard could not hold on to the railings the same way that Friede, or they could hold on to the railings, but Friede and Charizard could not, the same way that 𝐒𝐿𝐴, Roy, and Dot could. That immediately makes, just science, it makes absolutely no sense. But yeah, 𝐒𝐿𝐴, Roy, and Dot could come over so far and could grab Pikachu, where Friede could have literally, climbed his way, jumped, and then had Charizard return to his Pokeball. But instead, he's just like, free falling. And I'm just like, what in the effing what? The other thing on top of that is like, okay, he's falling, but he's falling with a flying Pokemon. So at some point he can reunite with Charizard, do a really cool landing, easy peasy. And the other piece is like, okay, this dude has been missing for a year. He has a Rotom phone. He has a cell phone. Like, the moment he lands and comes to, he could easily reconnect with any of them in the party. He could reunite with the kids. He could reunite with Captain Pikachu. He could easily find his way back. The only way they're going to end up being able to work it is if he fell in a body of water, or if he fell so hard and he hit his head. They could do the classic anime, oh, he has amnesia and he doesn't quite know where he's at. He's being resuscitated in the village that was below Rayquaza the whole time, which you would think they could have circled back and just checked the village, but like, hey, have you seen a white-haired dude with a Charizard around here? So that's my big problem. It was just kind of silly, and it legitimately, it did kind of feel forced. I was like, okay, so he's gonna fall off with a flying Pokemon, and okay, he's just gone for a year, to where now they've been looking for him the whole time. I don't like it. I just don't like it. On top of everything else, we have to talk about Gideon and Lucius as well too. So, the end of Rayquaza, as it is, Laqua, whatever. So Tropicos wipes out all of the Recurium, all of the Laquium. But he only did so for all of the Recurium or Laquium that was inside of the land, right? Anything that was in the bottom or top, the things that were kind of keeping Rakua is what it is gone. Tropicals was able to wipe all of it out. Okay, that's cool, no problem. But then they're going to hit us with the fact that Gibeon and Lucius, who were both sustained by, you know, longevity-wise, they were both sustained by science. Lucius was luck, and the Recurium. And I get that it was gone, but you would think they would die. But instead, it just had them fizzing out into Recurium sparkles. And they just die, I guess, you know? And he becomes ghost-like. It just makes no sense. Now, if they would have passed away or begin aging really quickly, I would have been like, okay. The other piece of it is based on Spinel's actions by going like, oh, I actually have the Recurium. And he throws the effing balls. And the Recurium, after it's disappeared, begins spreading once again, and all the 6 heroes get affected by it, which I have comments about that too. It means that the Recurium within Gibeon's veins and within his system, he had like a whole little like, you know, he had like a whole little like system, you know, attached to him, a gas system. It means that didn't disappear. So why if it's one of those things to where, oh, well, because the Recurium disappeared, Lucius disappeared too. Okay, I'll give you that one. But Gibeon was being sustained by Recurium internally and in his like air system that he had going. So I can understand why he would begin dying, or, you know, now that no Recurium can be supplied to him, he'll begin slowly, you know, he'll begin re-aging and falling apart or whatever. But suddenly he's just gonna disappear. It just, again, seems like a forced way to get them the F out of the story. And I just did not like it whatsoever. So they both disappear. Then Spinel apparently still had some left. You know, he still has some in his laboratory. So they kick out. A sad moment did incur when Lucius passed away. It definitely did solidify a theory that we always had, like, oh, well, if a Pokemon stuck in their Pokeball and their trainer passes away, are they just stuck forever? The answer is no. Somehow the Beast Balls, Monster Balls, Pokeballs know that, hey, once you die, they just open up and the Pokemon become wild Pokemon again. That's been a question I've had for like a long time since I was a kid. So I'm glad that it was officially answered here. Basically saying, hey, if you die, if you pass away, your link with that Pokemon is broken and they become a wild Pokemon again. So the 6 heroes become a wild Pokemon. They all get affected by the Recurium, except for Rayquaza, because, you know, he's the space and time guy. So he overcomes it. But instead of joining the kids, he is going to do something about the 6 heroes. But later on in the preview for what comes next, it shows that the 6 heroes... in one of the previews, I don't know if it was at the end of this one, but one of the previews that Pokemon has launched shows that Spinel actually has the 6 heroes kicking around. Somehow this mother effer got them into his laboratory. He just kind of has them like Zordon from freaking, like an evil Zordon from Power Rangers. They're in tubes now. So I don't know how I feel about that either. So that is a whole thing. So... who knows where Amateo's been for the last year, but they disappear. Gibeon and Lucius, the story's pretty much done, and it's over with. And then, you know, obviously during the preview, I think it was adorable. I love seeing Meowscarada climb out of Liko bed. I like seeing Liko's journal. And one other thing, too, is Liko did have a badge on her. She had the Leaf badge, which tells me that maybe she has potentially challenged one of the gym leaders in the Kanto region as well, too. Which, not Sabrina, but it would be the girl with the Vileplume. So she may have started her Pokemon training journey, maybe, and who knows. So we're going to end up seeing the rise of the Voltacklers once again when they take back to the Brave Asahi. And officially, the next iteration of Pokemon, I believe it begins launching on April 11th, I think is when it comes back. So in about 3 weeks, you know, we're going to be on a little bit of a Pokemon Horizons break, but it comes back. So Don't get me wrong. I am excited for what comes next. I'm excited for Mega Voltage. I'm excited for Kalos region and Lumio City and Mega Pokemon. I'm excited to see the shiny Pokemon that Roy has seemingly got. I can't wait to see Lico's growth. I just don't quite like kind of how we got there. I feel like it was just like, oh, we got to end it. Those two dudes disappear. Friede, he gets amnesia or something. So I just don't quite like that. But hey, Pokemon fans, let me know what you guys think. I would give the episode a 7 out of 10. I would give the ending, the abrupt ending, a 5 out of 10. And I would give my excitement for the next iteration of like kind of what's next for these kids and the next story we're gonna get. I would give that a 9 out of 10 because I'm very excited for Lumio City and Kalos and Kanto and what comes next for Liko and Meowscarada and their evolution as a trainer. I'm excited for that. 9 out of 10 for sure. Let me know how you guys feel if you made it to this part of the video. I would know by letting me know the rating in the comments about how your excitement levels are. And if you didn't make it to this part, then you got no idea, and I can't wait to just read your comments. But anyways, leave me a like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you for the next season of Pokemon Horizons. Peace out, trainers.